Okay, this is Time Medlock. This is Sprint 7. So for Sprint 7, we went ahead and created the collision system. Well, we, did more of the collision system. We added the B-sphere, which is the first type of collision there is. You can see here the math that I did for the computing the data. So you have your B-sphere, you have your collidable here with, the set the model, compute the data, pass it. It'll go ahead and compute the data here, returns the center, radius. Um, then there's the draw command because I have the command pattern for it um, to draw because I have it in my oh, here it is in here. So it displays in here. If it does it, the test result is the intersect math, which is the math from last quarter. So you have your get center, get the result, you do the dot product, and then you multiply the radius, and then you see if the result is less than the radius result. If it is, return true, else return false. Really quickly before I dive into the actual code working and everything, let me just show you the visualizer. And also, this might be redundant. I could be wrong. I think it's a bit redundant. I was going to take it out and see if it matters. I have the B-sphere draw command, and this just basically does the draws. But then I also have a draw manager. So I have this in the scene.cpp. It calls this also in addition to calling the actual draw manager. So this just, basically does the same thing as a draw manager, but instead of keeping the list, it empties the list every single time so that you can draw the new color if the color changes. So that's how that works for that. And really quickly, I want to show you because I finally figured out. I know we were having that thing about the cottage, so I just wanted to share with you my solution. I finally came up with a solution for my cottage thing. So basically, you load the manager. It checks to see if the texture number is greater than 1. If it is, then it's going to create a texture with the model name plus texture and plus the toString I plus 1. So for the non-serious programmers, they just want 1 instead of 0 based. It'll be 1 based. And then it just loads that texture. So how that works is here you can see that the cottage loads cottage texture 1, cottage texture 2, cottage texture 3, cottage texture 4, and you can see that also it is not loaded in the initialize, or no, I'm sorry, in the load all resources. It doesn't load that texture at all, but yet it still will work. It'll still allow us this to happen. So go ahead and boot it up. So you can see here this is the game in here. The God cam is working right now. And if we go ahead and drive this little guy over here, you can see that it does change colors when it happens. Now this is concerning to me, but I think that that's because it's the way that the model's rendered. For some reason, it kind of isn't like perfect, but I think it's because there's actually a curve here, and that this isn't displaying the curve that there is. So I think that in truth they are touching like somewhere like right here, and this is a lower polygon or whatever, a lower triangle count circle, so it doesn't appear to be touching. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this God cam, because it doesn't seem right. But I mean, I took the math directly from your lecture last quarter, and I grabbed the radius from where is it, from the whatever it's called, from the Azul model, and yet there's still that issue. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Here we go. I'm grabbing the radius. I apply the scale to because I get the scale from it, and then I apply it, but for whatever reason, um, it it that doesn't seem to be. I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you'll say about that. But yeah, that's the sprint for now. And I'll see you class tomorrow.